There's perfect timing for it. Yes, it's me. How's it going, Jorge? Y'all ready for me, huh? Well, I got 4 people watching right now. That's more than I had probably my whole entire live last time. So, welcome. I can't say welcome back to another live because we have not did a live in some time. Life just got crazy. And like I said, when you only get 3 or 4 people watching, it's a little deflating. But I know that there always was, 100, 200 people that would watch the video after, rewatch the live stream on rerun, I guess you could say. So I knew some people found interest in it. I got a couple of things I jotted down to discuss, but for everybody who came here, thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody who's been following lately. And see, D. Vazzolino made it. Yeah, I thought he was contacting me from the future when he said that he missed it earlier, or I slept through a day or something. I have my Grumpy Dad hat on. I even got my Grumpy Dad t-shirt on. I kind of grew into it, I think. I really should say the shirt shrunk, huh? But yeah, we're rolling with that. I've had a couple people ask me about shirts and t-shirts and stuff like that. So I guess me and D. Vazzolino are going to have a off discussion later about that. If y'all watch any of my other videos, my nieces love it. They're in college right now, and they just want to wear it. I don't know why. They think it's the coolest thing in the world. I don't get it, but, it is what it is. So for everybody who is here, thank y'all for coming. If y'all can hit the thumbs up button like every other YouTuber begs and pleads to do, I do it in every video. You'd be surprised how much that helps with everything. So hit that thumbs up button, take a chance, take a second, hit the thumbs up button, even if you're watching tomorrow or something when this isn't live. Another thing I want to tell everybody thank you for, just in case anybody didn't see it in my videos. I know my other videos get way too long, but thank you to everybody who reached out to me during the hurricane. I got through it, minor damage. I do have some water in one of my walls that we think came through the ceiling, through the roof. I got dehumidifiers and big industrial fans, and I would say it's a mess, but compared to what we had for Hurricane Ida, when I had to basically gut my entire house down, we had 100-mile-an-hour winds with wind-driven rain. This was a blessing. That's how I look at it. Now, we do have another hurricane possibly coming next week in 7 days, and I don't even want to even discuss it because I'm not in the mood to deal with it. That's the one overtime I don't want. But for those who reached out to me, I thank y'all very much. Also, in one of my previous videos, I had people who dropped me super chats for, a couple of dollars and $20 or something like that. And I didn't even know I was set up for super chats. So thank y'all to who did that. I don't want to name any names or anything, but I just want to make sure that y'all know I do recognize that y'all did that, and I appreciate that. What do we want to go over first? Y'all know that I'm not really a big TA guy, but you thank you, Jorge. Wait, Wingbits, I'm gonna talk about Wingbits a little bit. I don't want to go into these wild tangents and this be a 3-hour thing. So I do have a kind of a script to go off of. So I'm gonna discuss Wingbits in a little bit. I do want to definitely discuss them with some stuff going on, chatting with those guys and everything. But one thing I kind of want to hit on first is, unless you're living on the rock right now in the United States, they're talking about that they finally are going to have an interest rate drop. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole politics side of this because every time I discuss politics, I don't care if I say, don't vote for this person, and I don't necessarily say vote for the other person. If I say go vote for Big Bird or Roseanne Barr, I lose subscribers. So I don't want to look at Jorge, leave me $1. But I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Look, taking gifts is something that I have never been involved in. Christmas, even things, birthdays and stuff, I just hide in the corner. I'm not a big person. When D. Vazzolino and those guys from BITHARVEST gave me this shirt and the hat and stuff, I was just grinning ear to ear. I'm just not a big gift person, but I thank y'all very, very much. I appreciate it. But I don't want to really say it's about politics, but in one side they talk about the economy, how it's still struggling. Anybody who lives in the United States who has to go buy eggs or go buy groceries and stuff like that. I joke, but on my Facebook, I shared a picture. I wanted to have that pulled up for y'all, but I don't have it. I went to Subway the other day trying to eat fresh, trying to somewhat be able to fit into my grumpy t-shirt right here. A Subway sandwich and chips and drink cost me $19. I don't care who is the president, who ain't the president. We can't say that that's right. That's correct. If that economy is like that, this isn't the time really to be dropping interest rates. This is what a lot of economists said. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. My point I'm getting at is they are dropping interest rates now. They're talking about dropping it again in November. They're trying to drop it to December. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is just me and my fat gut thinking. But what I do think is that this is going to be the catalyst for a bull run. I've always said this bull run that people thought we were having 2, 3, 4, 5 months ago, that was a false bull run, fake bull run, kind of like we have false fall here, which we had last week in Louisiana, and where it was like 80 degrees. Now it's back to 91 degrees today. I think that was a false bull run just because of all the ETF stuff. I keep saying in every video, I don't think we're having a real good hard bull run until after this election, when people are going to figure out whoever is going to win. That uncertainty right now, people are not going to invest a lot. I think with the election being done after November, on top of 3 different interest rate cuts, you're going to see the catalyst for that bull run. That's not going to just help Bitcoin. We all know, I've always joked that even crap coins go up during bull runs. Coins with completely abandoned projects that are even worse than memes, they also went up. So that's going to help a lot of things. And when you look at right now what's going on in Bitcoin, you can't ignore this. You had Bitcoin that hit its 53,000 a couple of days ago, but then you had to come down again. And then here you are when they announced that this interest rate drop was coming. And now you have it going up. And not only that, but you have Ethereum going up. You have Atom going back up. Solana's going back up. You have all these ones going back up. And what I'm trying to tell people, you look on Twitter right now. I had Twitter pulled up, but everybody's like, bull runs here, bull markets here, bull runs here. We all, everybody's celebrating it. And I'm like, y'all also celebrated back here when it went all up. And then when it went back here and it went all up. And then when it was coming down, y'all were panicking and wanting to jump off buildings and stuff. Like, it was crazy. I keep trying to say we're in this same channel and people are telling me stuff like, I don't know what I'm talking about. But since March, you can't ignore what is on the screen in this direction. You can't ignore it. It is what it is. It's facts, no matter if people like it or not. Again, I'm not a big TA guy. I'm not going to sit there and analyze what kind of design this is and wedges and diagrams and pyramids and whatever other kind of octagonal stop signs we can figure out from this. But you cannot doubt, even though my lines aren't exactly perfect, but when you look at kind of exactly where these closed out at, this is the daily chart right here, but you can't doubt that fact speaks for itself. Even if you go, I was even looking at like the 4-hour chart, and you look at the 4-hour chart, and the 4-hour chart is kind of similar. You still have this descending type of wedge that comes down. And the question is going to be is, when Bitcoin gets around this 65, 66,000, if it makes it back up that high, what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. But I try to tell people this channel is about sipping profits. If you bought, when I told y'all the DCA, these not going all in, but just DCA, and you bought down here when I told you the DCA, and you bought Atom at 3 something when I told you the DCA, and here it is back here when I told you the DCA, and you bought Solana at $1.20, 120 something when I told you the DCA, and I told y'all this was a steal. Depending on how much you put in, you might want to sip some profits right now. Because I'm thinking it's going down. You have other people who think this is because of this one cut in interest rates, it's going to skyrocket. Nothing goes up straight. Nothing goes up straight. So that's me kind of discussing the market, pretending like I know what the hell I'm talking about so I can be a legit YouTube channel. But we all know, we all know better than that. And we know that ain't me. Oh, Jorge's trying to compete with me, man. He's got 11 devices on BITHARVEST, huh? 11 devices. So Jorge, I want to know, are you running Wingbits on each one of those? Because like one of my stations is a Bobcat. So my Bobcat won't run Wingbits. So last I checked, I'm pretty sure I had, one time I think I was up to 6 BITHARVEST devices. One of them had an issue with something and I just completely took it down. It was nothing to do with BITHARVEST. It was a rock pie or something that it had issues, and I just yanked it. And it's been sitting right here on my desk and I just don't have time to dig through it. So I think I have 5 stations online right now. So 4 of those are Wingbit stations on top of grass, on top of whatever else it's running. But we know Jorge's on BITHARVEST. We know I can't even say that, Visalino. We know he's on it. So he's part of the BITHARVEST team. So so we'll go ahead and just, I guess we can just start discussing Wingbits and stuff like that, because Wingbits has a lot of stuff going on. I tell everybody that y'all need to be in these Wingbits Discords. There's a lot of announcements, a lot of things are going on, not just for Wingbits, for any of these, it's hard doing 2 things at once. Doing lives, it's killer. So, can't find the announcements page. I don't know if I have it minimized or something. But anyway, so I have Wingbits, and we know Wingbits is on fire right now. Again, if you caught any of my channels, you know that Wingbits is merged. Oh, that merged. Hold on. I gotta watch my words because I'll get corrected. They have teamed up, partnered up with Geodnet. One thing that I think I kind of slipped and said in my videos, I know what I meant to say, but sometimes my words just between my brain and my mouth get disconnected and discombobulated. We've talked about, if you saw my recent video, last I knew there was 165 self-owned stations left for Wingbits. One thing a lot of people didn't realize this, and this is why I mentioned it in my video, and even pretended to kind of use a little bit clickbait, is if you are running a third-party type of firmware or wanting to run a third type of party firmware, which is either BITHARVEST and Crank. That's the only 2 I really know that are doing it. There's another one out there. I apologize to whoever that is, but you're limited with that also. So bringing your own device is not just you bringing in a sweet potato or a pie. It's also if you're going to run a sweet potato pie with BITHARVEST or with a Crank device. Once those 160 spots are left, you're done, no matter which version you want to put on there. And I don't think some people realize, well, I know some people didn't realize that because they told me that through chat and different things like that. But after those 160 spots are gone, Wingbits is only going to allow the device that they approve. They're not manufacturing them, they're not selling them, but they are approved through them, being sold through a certain retailer, and everything is going to go through that company. It is not going to go through Wingbits, because you have people, I misspoke, I admit, like I said, sometimes I knew better, but I knew that they weren't going to do it, but somehow my brain and mouth got disconnected. Wingbits is not making their devices. They've been testing them, they approved them. A company is going to go at some point on October 1st, start accepting pre-sales for those devices and go from there. You'll do the ordering through them. They will be responsible for the shipping. So, and if you've seen, there are some images floating around from the Token 2049 conference. The flyers, from what I understand, were not really 100% ready to be disseminated yet, but they're disseminated anyway, and they're out in the wild. And there are pictures floating around of what those devices will look like. I think they're very sharp looking. I think they're very tough looking. I think, me, who's worried about how a device is going to hold up in tropical weather that we get. We don't get a lot of cold temperatures here. We'll get anything below 32 degrees Fahrenheit for about a weekend, maybe two, and that's it. But we get the 75 and 100-mile-an-hour winds, like we just got the 60-mile-an-hour winds last week. And not to go off on a separate tangent here, but if you caught any of my previous videos, you knew I was worried about how my weather XM station was going to hold up, and my weather XM station did not measure any rain at all during a hurricane. This station, looking at the pictures, this station looks like it's going to be tough and be able to. It's got some good RF connectors on the back. Looks like maybe either TNC connectors or something similar, like something like that. Kind of what I think the Geodnet miners got on it. So I think the Geodnet, actual big newer Geodnet antenna. I know there's some older versions, but it looks like it's gonna be a very tough device. And they have a device that's only going to do the ADS-B version, and there's also going to be a device that will do both ADS-B and the Geodnet version. But again, Wingbits is not manufacturing it. Wingbits is not selling it. Now, a question I got on that YouTube was, guy said he had his one of the, very, very early participant in Wingbits, and what's going to happen with the GPS thing. If you are, as of August like 5th or 6th, as long as you had a device set up, which would be him, you're getting a free GPS dongle, which I think is huge. I think that's a very big thing for them. Wingbits had over 1,000 devices online by customers or participants like us, and they're taking that money out of their own pocket at $50 a device. They're not getting them for free. Somebody's manufacturing. Wingbits isn't making these in their garage. And I think that's a huge thing. Trust, whatever you want to call it, that they took that L, that loss in profit, whatever you want to call it, expense for their business, which I know they got a lot of other expenses going on because of their new project. And they're sending those out to people. So if you already have your device set up prior to that August 5th or 6th date, you're good. You don't have nothing to worry about. If you set up your own BYOD device between that August 5th or 6th date, and now while they still have those 160 spots available, you will be responsible for purchasing your own device, your own GPS device, your own GPS dongle. It has to be one of their dongles with the little encryption board in it, stuff like that. But I still think the cost is going to be minimal. I think this is going to be a very big project. I know I don't like to talk about price action. The Wingbits guys are not going to talk about price action because of Howie and that kind of stuff like that. But I've seen people. The only reason I'm trying to discuss it right now is there's some little bit rumblings behind the scenes from certain people, not affiliated with the project. I'm talking about a couple of people who don't want to speak in the big chat rooms, who are kind of PMing each other about they don't think this coin's gonna be worth a lot, and somebody else thinking this coin's gonna be worth all this money, big amount and stuff like that. Well, some people only getting 20 wings a day. I know a guy I've helped in Africa who is getting, don't quote me on, I want to say he's getting he's got 2 stations, who's making 900 wings a day. That's a little bit less than I am with 14 stations. It all matters where you're setting up at. So it's hard to say what's going to be worthwhile or not. If the token's worth a penny, if the token's worth 2 pennies, 3 pennies, if the token's worth half a penny, what half a penny is to you, who's only making 20 cents a day or 20 tokens a day, versus somebody who's making 900 a day, you can't say what's going to be worth a lot. You know, if the guy who's getting 900 tokens a day, if this is a big if, I'm just using this for example for calculator purposes, at half a penny, he's still making $450 a day. That's $120, $130 a month, which is way better than we doing in some of these other projects. Now, the person who is only getting 20 tokens a day, even at a penny, is making 20 cents a day. But hey, that's crypto. That's any project that can be. And Wingbits doesn't have any control over that. So, you know, setting it up, making sure you have your ideal station location, making sure the antenna is up higher than any kind of roof or anything like that. Having clear sight around, trying to put it in some hexes that there aren't a lot of other people around. You know, that's something that you need to pay attention to. I know everybody doesn't have that luxury, but one of the things I did is I tried reaching out to certain people when I looked at that Wingbits map and trying to see, hey, there's hardly any stations right here around this state. Let me see if I can find somebody I know or a friend and make a little deal and put it on. And you know, that one station is doing better than over half my stations put together. But I think Wingbits has a lot going on. They asking me when are they going to do an AMA, which is a huge deal for me, just because I never thought I'd be that kind of channel. Hopefully I get my computer finished soon and we'll get the AMA done. But they're asking me, and I know a lot of people who have come here onto this channel from Wingbits or found Wingbits because of my channel, and it's a big deal. I think so. You're right, Jorge. I really agree with you that, you know, companies that are sure of their future success will do that. You're right. They're willing to take that expense. And it's part of it also is supporting the people who got them where they're at. We always talked about helium. We talk about helium on this channel because a lot of people cut their teeth in DPIN and cut their teeth in RF type crypto projects with helium. So we discuss helium. And we've always felt that helium, the miners is what got them there, and they completely abandoned the miners at this point. I always also say that, you know, people would say helium's a failure because miners are only making 17 cents a day or 40 cents a day, whatever it is. I don't have my chart in front of me. The helium project's going to be great. It's going to be good. We got projects on. We got a lot of people using that network. The miner side, I just don't know about. And we can talk like that. I feel like that right now about Hivemapper, but I don't want to go, you know, but Wingbits wasn't going to do that to their people who got them here to this point. They knew they changed the game. You didn't need a GPS at first for the last year while you had this thing set up. Now you do. So they weren't going to screw their people over and say, hey, now we need you to pay for that. Or, hey, we're going to take this out, your rewards or something like that. They took care of the people who got them there at this point, and I think that's a huge step. Wonder if Wingbits will give a boost reward to early adopters like WeatherXM is doing. I don't know. I have not heard of anything like that. But even though this can change, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but one good thing is that, you know, you're making wings right now that you can see on your DevNet wallet. And as of right now, this can change. Don't get me in trouble. This is September 19th. I don't want to get in trouble for this. But you should be getting 1-for-1 where, you know, once mainnet starts. That might be your reward, if that makes sense. Because follow me. NATIX, that whole time you thought you were making something, you were making points, which end up turning into whatever, grass. People are losing their minds right now with grass. And I kept trying to tell people are making millions and millions and millions of grass for the last year that wasn't going to be grass tokens. And sure enough, you find out, no, it's going to be converted into grass tokens. Weather XM. People are making, during testnet, people are making Weather XM. And what happened? When mainnet starts, it all of a sudden becomes, like me, I'm getting 0.4 or 0.5 bonus every day for reward. You know, it's basically you're getting that split up over like a year or something like that. Where Wingbits, as of right now, unless for some reason tokenomics or rewards have to change, that's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange. So, you know, there's a part of me that now that I learn more and more about crypto, even though I've been in crypto for things like 7 years now, you start understanding circulating supply and market caps and different things like that. Is what that was my argument with grass is there's no tokenomics out there, but if they were going to exchange 1-for-1 during testnet, all that grass, they would have to have like a trillion market total supply, circulating supply, because you had people out there who had billions of these grass tokens or points. So you knew that wasn't going to be 1-for-1. But yes, I think everything I know of right now is that's supposed to be a 1-for-1 conversion. You're getting the wings. The wings you see in the DevNet wallet right now is 1-for-1. So unless I have fell on my head, I'm pretty sure of it. Maybe that's something I need to clarify, but I've never heard them talk about so actually, hold on. I just got an up to date message. Wingbits has 119. I'd like to take credit for that, to be honest with you. Let's, you know, I keep joking I failed college math. That's why I work where I work at now. So since Monday, has been 2-3 days, they have sold or onboarded 46 additional devices. 46. They're down right now to 119 units left. I think that's pretty good. But it also tells y'all, again, not that I want to keep rehashing things, but if you're thinking about getting involved in this and you already have a Geodnet station like me, I have a Geodnet station here. Why would I want to add another combined unit? All I need to add is for probably going to be, I hate to use the word cheap, but it is less expensive to get, you know, one of these with one of these and set it up. Well, you got 119 of them spots yet left. That could show you how much this project is expanding, and that's a great signal, great sign. I hate to just keep gushing over Wingbits, but it wasn't that long ago. Can't find an announcements page. I can't remember exactly how many they had August 5th or 6th when they started this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think you at all are going to be interested in Wingbits or using something like BITHARVEST, I think now's the time for you to get involved in it. We all know, and we discussed over and over, projects, getting involved in projects early is the key. Y'all saw my video on Hivemapper yesterday, I hope. It was a rambling video. Like, I couldn't even go after make it into chapters because it was just this rambling video over and over on Hivemapper. And do you continue to wait till I got an official email from Hivemapper that bees will not be shipped out until the middle to late. I'm sorry, let me phrase that. They will not begin to ship out. First ordered to first shipped. meaning the people who ordered bees very early, they should start delivering middle of the fourth quarter to late fourth quarter, which means November, December. That means people who ordered a little bit later might be getting them into 2025. We see what's going on with the profits and what you're making in Hivemapper, even Geodnet to a point. Even though I'm making very good money, it's my number one project that I'm in right now. Making $3 a day, or a little more than $3 a day, or something like that. Helium, I tell everybody, I made $5,000 in 17 days. I bought a helium miner off eBay with a friend for $5,000. Once I set it up, I ROI'd in 17 days. Now I'm making 17 cents a day per helium miner. We could talk about all of them. Demo. You saw the videos of what these people were making with Demo. Hivemapper, I showed y'all examples on what these guys were making with $1,000 or $1,100 in 11 days or something like that. It was $11,000. So getting involved in something like Wingbits early, you know, it's not financial advice, but there are worse other projects you can get in that cost way more money. I'm a huge fan of Chirp. Chirp don't even have miners on sale right now. They're trying to hold off till they get a little bit closer to the main net. I kind of respect them for that, even though I really would like to try to somehow get a hold of another Chirp miner. I won the first one. I'd like to get a hold of another Chirp miner, put it on a certain location. But again, I think at $800 is a big step for some people. With Wingbits, you don't have that huge step. Another project that I just got into is, and I tell you, it might not be for the most sensitive people in the world, but it's a load, is ENTROPY. I'm in the process right now. Fazolino has been helping me out, trying to get my ENTROPY device online. But you buy a $15 device from Amazon. It takes a little bit of technical know-how. Like I said, I'm having issues with it, but I follow the instructions, and it's just me and my bad luck. If I get it to work, I'll do a how-to video on it. But ENTROPY is mining a coin that is basically a meme coin. Don't know what kind of profits you're gonna get from it, but I'm learning about it. But something to do with, once you sell, though, you're out the project. So you're playing like this, I don't want to call it a Russian roulette game, but because, you know, the longer you hold some things, depending on the bull market, but value starts going down, but you're still making tokens. It's, hey, for $15, I just told y'all I spent $19.65 at Subway. What's $15? I'll mine it and hold on to it. My plan is to mine it, throw it on my back shelf, because it's all of this is a little USB looking device about this big. I don't have one here. And actually, I think I do have it here. Let me see. This is my ENTROPY device. You see how big it is? It's just a board from Espressif, a ESP32-S3 ROM board from Amazon. Now, what do I think's gonna happen to it? I don't know. But that's the chance you take, and that's the fun about this kind of stuff. Let me see. If y'all have seen, y'all know I have talked about him many times, but Jay Wall is who turned me on to this. I don't know. I hate to reveal. I don't think he shows his wallet, but he's a perfect example of what I said. Is I saw what his wallet was after a while of this. He started this a month ago. he had a good amount of money in it. Good amount of money. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all. I don't want to give away his business. Don't want to give away his business. But I'm telling y'all, he had a good amount of money in it. But when you sell, you're out. They also do these little airdrops to you and different things like that. I'm learning. But if you would have got out right in the beginning, and the liquidity is there, you can go to what was it, Solana's deck screener and stuff like that, and you can see what it's got. So he could have got out of it, but then that's the fun of it. But then you hold on to it. So he has way more tokens now, and then y'all know what happens in the bull run. This has people following it, and you look at some of the names attached to it, especially on Twitter. I think it's gonna be a cool thing. Demo was nice 1 or 2 years ago. You ain't gotta tell me. I saw, you know, Demo. I bought my Demo in beginning of December. It finally arrived right at the beginning of January, I think it was. And if y'all caught anything about my Monday videos, or Mondays, I go through all the projects I'm into right now. I put chapters in those too, so people can skip around. But here we are in September, 9 months later, and I just ROI'd on my $89 Demo. Now, price did go down, price is going up, but I have 3 demos. They were $89 a piece, plus the shipping, but I'm not even including the shipping. And I just ROI'd on it. Forget what the breakdown is. Again, you can see that on Monday. NTROPY is showing as expressive under my router clients on Accord. Another thing, you say that, Jorge, but the same manufacturer also makes Geodnet, because when I was having all these issues with Geodnet trying to stay on my Wi-Fi at the building that's at, when I would search the clients, it would show up as expressive also. So, you know, there is that. So apparently, expressive, I doubt this is going to focus on it, but you can kind of see it's on top of expressive. Just trust me. So expressive must be involved in a couple of things. Somebody asked about something else. Check out Rover. Checked out Rover a while back. I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah, I remember this. I remember looking into Rover. What concerned me with Rover was the light cone was basically, I'm gonna tell you, it was the price tag of it. That's how I'll say it like that. The price tag, the light cone was expensive, but it gets a lot of the rewards, where the tarantula didn't get hardly any rewards, and I don't think any of it's just shipping yet, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, one of y'all can correct me on it. I looked at this a while back. I'm not saying anything against it. I'm not saying I'm out of it or anything like that. I'm just been very busy lately, but I've had several people ask me to look into Rover. I know it's on. I see that it is on Solana and Peak, so it's something we'll have to keep an eye on. But if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I guess they're big on RTK. They're not the only ones. So I'm looking at that one. You know, I'm gonna tell you another one is XNet. I got probably out of the Monday, when I talk about Monday projects and what projects I'm gonna look into, I probably get more people split on XNet than anything else. You know, yeah, looking at XNet, I think it's gonna be great, and stay away from XNet. We're getting screwed over. We're not getting paid. Like, it's XNet's one that I don't know, where I kind of fall. I'll still say for a $100 device, I've seen worse. No, I used to be in ASIC miners. Y'all know what ASICs cost. I used to be in GPU mining. Y'all know what a GPU costs. Them things are just crazy. Passive Crypto talked a while back, and I keep saying I'm gonna do research on it, and I apologize, but is this Skyx, SKYX? That's another one that I really want to try to get into, looking into. See, I've learned to hide my screen before I do the Google search, because that was downright crazily embarrassing when I did a Google search on live, uh, on YouTube Live. But then I don't have the stuff set up. So SkyX, trying to find a website. Tokens, SkyX Network, Starlink for weather. That's what they're calling it. I mean, this can't be just the website. So SkyX is a knockoff of WeatherXM. Yeah, I kind of figured that. But you know me, I'm a weather geek. I'm a weather geek. And when as a weather geek who gets excited for crazy weather and that kind of stuff, other than the hurricane that damages my house, but when it can mix both my favorite worlds, which is weather and crypto, I just get excited for it. So I don't know. I don't know. It was SkyX, ENTROPY. There's another one that somebody asked me to look at a while back. I'll tell you, this hurricane just has everything messed up for me, because I know I did a poll a while back. That's what it was. Who y'all see a deep dive video on SkyX? Oh, SolarX was the other one I was thinking of. That's what I couldn't think of. Does anybody know what's going on with SolarX? I had a lot of people ask me about SolarX. When I looked into buying them, I couldn't even. I don't know if they were on back ordered or something like that. People started really questioning, like, I don't know what the word I'm using for. Like, they didn't know where it was going to, if it was even a legit project. Someone right here saying the mine is so, what I says SolarX is a scam. Everybody loves to use that word, but that does not mean that that's, exactly that everything is definitely I don't want to go to Telegram, because who knows what that's going to be like. So let's see if the website works. Mining with green energy. So people are putting these on their roof or something like that. What's it go towards? I haven't really seen a lot of videos lately, which I'm members, or I'm subscribed to a lot of DPIN YouTube type channels and stuff like that. When you don't see a lot of people getting hyped up about them and stuff like that, or talking about projects, it makes me want, like, guys I respect, Pastor Mine and Crypto and them guys like that. I say that I had some come with bad panels. It's not a scam. There you go. Jason's here to help me out, my new partner. um, from a bad panel. So as the bad panels, so right now, if you're buying I'm asking Jason, he's my SolarX expert now. So is a new station right now still $740 available for pre-order? And how have the rewards been? You know, I reached out. I was told to. This I didn't just do this on my own. I don't ask for handouts. Y'all know that. I don't like handouts. But I was told by somebody, hey, reach out to SolarX, mention my name, and tell me you want to try a demo or whatever, so you can do a video on it. I did do that, and I never even got a reply back. I guess my channel is too small. You know, not Entropy though. Entropy heard my name and they were tagging me and calling me out in Twitter. So another big thing going on right now is the Token 2049 conference. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff go on about over there. I briefly touched on a little bit. I know that there were some handouts for Wingbits that I don't think Wingbits knew was going out, but from what I understand, there's a lot of things going on right now at Token 2049. For those who know BitBoy from BitBoy Crypto, he was supposedly getting in somebody's face and everything, and crackheads are going to do what crackheads are going to do, I guess. You know, somebody just needs to go put him in a closet so he can go pump and dump some more coins or something like that. But it's sad what he has turned out to. But that's sad when you're looking at Twitter for 2040, you know, Token 2049 updates and stuff like that on crypto Twitter, and that's the jack, you know what, that him and his girlfriend, that's what's popping up about Token 2049. And then he's also challenged some big tall dude to another fight. The dude wins a couple of fights, and now he thinks he's Mike Tyson. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's Token 2049 where Vitalik from Ethereum was trying to rap, but that happened again. Tell you, you know, I don't want to condone violence on my channel, but, and I used to be a huge BitBoy fan, huge BitBoy fan in the beginning in 2017, 2018, when I first cut my teeth, 2019, whatever it was. And he was legit back then. The dude's lost it. I feel for him. Listen, I tried to defend him in the beginning, and I said, you know, BitBoy Crypto was his baby. He started it, and then he gets kicked out of it. I don't want to get involved in that kind of drama on my channel, you know, or discuss, you know, get too deep in it. But that's just sad. It's sad that goes against Professor Crypto. Come on, man. So, but 2049, I'm hearing some great things about it. Maybe one day I got to try to rate, you know, collect enough cans and go to one of them. But really good rewards on Ether. That's just better rewards. So I'm gonna write that down, man, so I don't lose it. Ether. I'm always looking for something new. Ether. Obvious miner reviewed the Solar X miner. Yeah, I saw there was a couple of people who reviewed it. I know passive mining. I think it was passive mining. Passive crypto mining. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I follow his channels too, because he seems to have the early stuff that you can't really find on. How he does it, I don't know, but I would tell y'all, he can find some stuff. It's if y'all want to join another channel, passive crypto mining, and he's got discount codes for all of them. I don't know how he does it, but I'm telling you, but he's a very good channel. Something y'all might want to look into, passive crypto mining, you know, and I always plug whenever I can. Discover Crypto is now what that's called. See, I don't even really follow it anymore. It's not BitBoy no more. Discover Crypto. Cryptos R Us, I still follow. Voscoin, I still follow too. I know some people just don't care for Voscoin, but I'm telling you, he still got his stuff together. And my other boy that I have to plug all the time is Tech Hustler. sometimes he's a little over top for some people, but I like what he has, and a lot of deep pin type stuff like that too. So that's another one. Oh, so that's about it. I'm very excited about my ENTROPY miner. Miners eat first. I'm very excited to see what happens with that. I just need to finish getting it online. Like I said, I ran into this little hiccup for some reason. So when I get offline, from this, I am going to work on it. But I tell you, their Twitter is a kick. It's funny as hell. So we'll see what happens with it. Again, it's something I'm not going to cash it up. I'm planning on getting it set up, throw it in the corner, and what happens to it. I mean, you got to love a website that has in their website the name LOL. It shows you what they think about it. So that's my hour-long live. I think not that I really had any questions or anything like that, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't want to be all over the place for my first live back. I don't know really any other updates. NATIX, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what's going on with NATIX. I feel betrayed by NATIX, but that's just me. But I was so high on them back in August when I got my August first rewards, and it was stupid rewards. And then come September 1st, I'm expecting them again, and I get an eighth of what I got the first time, and I'm like, wait a minute. So I don't know. Again, it's a free app. It's still doing better than what my helium miners are doing. Geodnet miner finally got that steady and online. I think Geodnet's still my number one go-to right now. Oh, I want to discuss real quick. Maybe some of y'all know what the hell's going on. What the hell is going on with WeatherXM? And by that, I mean that in a good way. So WeatherXM started doing this. Of course, y'all can't see it for some reason. Let's see if I can pull this one up. WeatherXM started to put their own liquidity into it. And they announced, and we talked about this on Monday, they announced that they were putting in like $4,000 a day or something like that. Let me see what it says. This is what happened in a lot of Discords. So, announcements. Here we go. Starting this week, they're putting $4,000 worth, they're buying or whatever, $4,000 worth of WeatherXM we bought daily for 43 days. That's over a month and a half. Purchased WeatherXM will be paired with 4,000 in ETH and added back to the Uniswap pool. So that was on the 16th. I'm assuming that's just really starting, but look at this. Now you can't see it because my big head's in the way, but that's crazy. Let me see if I can hide this. Again, you gotta love live. All right, let's see if I can hide this. Back. There you go. So that's just, hey, look, going from 36 cents to 40 cents isn't crazy. But when you look at what this has been doing for the last, going straight down, that's a nice little bump down there. And if this is only from the first or second day of them buying, I have not sold any of my WeatherXM, but something had to stop that bleeding. And if that's what it takes, we talk about that with a lot of these coins. Where's the buying pressure at? The miners are going to sell. They want to make profits. They want to at least make ROI. So Weather XM, Demo, eventually, hopefully, Sword Chain, whatever it is. People want to make that money back for what they spent. Where's the buying pressure going to come from? Helium always had, I use them for example, when people bought their data and used their network, they burned their tokens with that money from people buying the data. Wingbits, that was one of my first questions and one of my first AMAs with them that I was watching, is I asked them, what are your plans for buying or burning or anything like that? And they also stated, and actually we had a chat about this again the other day, that it's going to be a percentage or a balance or whatever it is of people who are buying that data from them and taking that money and buying to add liquidity to that pool, to burn the tokens or whatever way they're going to do it. So, yeah, Geodnet partnered with Rover. I saw that. I'm gonna look back into Rover. I'm gonna look back into Rover. I think my biggest. This is just me. This is just grumpy because I'm grumpy, and just because I have my hands in so much stuff, including this computer build I'm trying to do, including my daughter that just started driving and house repairs, stuff like that, is can't make any more crazy big purchases. The Rover device that is reasonably priced for most of the people who watch my channel doesn't make, from what it looks like, looking at the white paper and stuff, the great rewards, that great of rewards. Where if you go and you spend the extra money, the way extra money for the LiDAR type device, makes great rewards. So, hey, if you got that kind of money, that is something you want to look into, because those rewards are going to be great. Now, we can't talk about ROI because I don't think the tokens even got listed yet. Maybe somebody wants to correct me on that. You're not going to hurt my feelings because, again, I haven't looked at it. But y'all got me intrigued. And, you know, between Ether and Rover, I am going to look back into both of those. I guess my issue is, as a channel, I can do all kinds of research on Rover. I just feel, say dirty, but I don't know what word I want to use, but just doesn't feel right that I'm gonna sit here and do a video on Rover and I'm not involved in Rover. I've tried to do my channel I can talk about stuff that I'm doing, you know, because the first time I do a video, and especially if it's anything negative towards Rover, the first thing they're gonna say is, well, you're not even in Rover or Ether or XNet or things like that. So I guess, you know, Steve Vazzolino, you're about to be very, very busy doing Grumpy apparel, because I'm giving everybody your information for hats and t-shirts, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want for polo shirt. I got a meeting conference coming up in the next couple of weeks that I want to wear a Grumpy Dad YouTube channel polo shirt to. Oh, and also, for any of y'all who are familiar with computer builds now have what they call the AIO, which is the all self-contained kind of water-cooled type thing for your processor. And then you can put your own image on it. So I'm getting, he don't know this yet, but so joke's on him. But Steve Vazzolino is gonna make me a JPEG or whatever I need of the Grumpy Dad logo, so I can put it on my computer. So when I show off my computer build and anybody sees my computer build, it's gonna have the Grumpy Dad logo. I don't know how he came up with this, man, but I tell everybody I failed art. I don't know nothing about art, and I don't have the imagination. When I need signs made for my towers and repeaters and stuff like that, if I gotta get a sign made for something, or some kind of project I'm working on, I go to these people who do our signs for work and locally, and I'm like, this is what I needed to say. Y'all come up with it, because I have no idea. Oh, Jason, God bless you, dude. I don't know. My son started driving last year. My daughter started to drive this year. And I don't know why I paid early this year. I got all these hospital bills coming in. For those who don't follow my channel, I had some heart issues a while back, and they kind of resurfaced and stuff like that. And I had to go through all these stress tests and do the treadmill thing and all this other stuff. I could have saved my money, because every time my daughter's behind the wheel, that's a heart test in its own. And luckily my wife is patient enough to drive with her and stuff like that. But she's like her mama, that she has two speeds, fast and let's go very fast. My son, which I never would have thought, is the one that's taking it very careful down the road. At least that's what I think. That's what I keep telling myself. But he's starting to learn some impatient, not being patient and stuff like that. And, you know, I might have to hide the keys. So anyway, 6:05. I appreciate everybody who came on this live. I never really got a chance to look and see how many people. We got 11 people right now, which is more than what 3 of my other lives put together had. So I appreciate everybody who stayed in this live. My plan is, to be honest, whenever I finally get this computer built, I've had several people ask for a live a little bit later, you know, what it'd be kind of an hour from now, which would be 7 p.m. my time. But I know like some other people doing it, like I Am George, who has thousands and thousands and thousands of people. A lot of people do lives in the evening, but I'm told that that's why there's not as many people watching my lives, because it should be a little bit later. So, thank you. I appreciate it. Jorge, Jason, Blue Star. Blue Star, Anacoy is a name I kind of heard, and I'll be honest with you, I already thought they're so partnered up. I guess they're partnered up. I know people are dual mining or triple mining that with Geodnet. It's my mistake. Y'all know I'll admit my mistakes on this channel. I thought Anacoy was already involved in 105 in Sweden. Mr. Olson, I have to get you a special reward for that. But I already thought Anacoy was like part of Geodnet, because you hear so much about and people talking about both of them together already. So I guess I'm gonna have to write Anacoy on the list too. I already had somebody send me a link to the splitter they're using, and I'm told Anacoy can run from a Pi. So if Di Vasalino is still listening, I'm curious if Fry is running from BITHARVEST. If you can run Anacoy from a Pi, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, shouldn't a BITHARVEST device also be able to run Anacoy, and then you just run the antenna line to the splitter that they're using now? Good question. I don't know. I got to show you, I don't know much about it. I do have it on the list. Y'all gave me some homework. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing these lives, if I'm going to the weekend with homework. Anacorn, EtherX, and Rover. Woo. Yep. And Skyx. I got a SkyX. I'm gonna have to finish that out. So, add-on card, I believe. Nope. I got one person says it can, and I got one person says you need a card. So I guess the card is the oh my god, the UM980. Yeah, I'm not paying $400 right now for something, but it is definitely something I am interested in. UM980 GNSS. Okay. So I'm assuming you must need the UM980 RTK breakout board. Let me see if I can pull that over here without stumbling on some kind of crazy porn again. So you have the 980 RTK. So something you see right here, you got, oh man, $6,500. Yep. Interesting. I like my little toys like this. I'm very interested in this. So Bob Splinter used my Geodnet antenna. And you're telling me that my Geodnet antenna won't be affected, because you know how Geodnet is. Geodnet wants you to get 36 out of 36 satellites. I think that's what I'm getting here. It's 36. I know some people get more than that, but I'm getting 35 out of 35 or 36 out of 36. I won't take any gain, anything away. Some other project. And I didn't want to keep this thing going, but I'm hearing people are triple mining with their Geonet antenna. So I know Geonet's one thing. Onacord's gonna be the second thing. So what's the third thing people are? Because, again, I'm sorry I'm making this live so long, but I'm trying to learn here too. At one time, before you got the antenna and the Geonet setup you have now, previous to that, people were triple mining something else. I remember this, or was it triple band? And you had to add different things. You can 4X mine with Geonet. Fry's the other one. Oh yeah, Fry. Fry's the project I really wanted because, you know, they're involved in a lot of stuff. Ooh, Fry. Let's see what Fry. Ooh, Fry had a little bit of jump today. A little bit. I don't know what happened to Fry. Fry. Oh yeah, it had a little bit of a jump. Now, Fry Outdoor Salamander, and you can run the Fry Outdoor satellite miner with the BITHARVEST device. You have to pay for the license. I'm too lazy and cheap to do it just because of my faith in Fry right now. But Fry's a clunky setup. Need to use a USB dongle and a mini PC. But if I'm not mistaken, you can, I know I'm not mistaken, you can use your BITHARVEST device and run Fry, because they told me all I would need was to add the little satellite USB, whatever. I'm not gonna sit in and say Fry's a scam. Again, people want to say that about a lot of projects that I disagree with. All I'm gonna say is I do agree right now at 0.0006 cents, Fry is, it's gonna be hard to recoup your $100, especially if you need $20. That's $120 now for Fry. Oh, the ESP32 chip. That's what this is for the thing, for the $15 with $15 American on Amazon. Guess I'm gonna have to put a link to that too. Anyone here have Fry? That witness, I don't like the word Ponzi, but I will tell you, I have heard that also. I hate to bring this subject up, but it reminded me a lot of like D-Fly. You are involved in so many projects. How are you selling that? How are you getting it, you know, from temperature miners to, I don't know, they might be mining odor. I don't even know. But I do worry, how in the hell were they getting involved in so many different projects? And the big controversy was promising people all these rewards if they were, you know, verified miners. Then forever you couldn't even get verified. Then when they tried doing verified, at first they wanted people to pay for an additional thing or something like that, or take your tokens or something. It was crazy. I went over that on all my Monday videos. My chirp miner, I'm gonna tell you, I love my chirp miner, but again, it's on testnet. I think it's gonna be a lot like helium, but the difference between chirp and helium is helium was very, very restrictive of what IoT devices were authorized and could go through that helium network, where, from what I understand with chirp, and if anybody else is more involved in chirp, please tell me, but chirp is basically open to anybody with IoT. Send us your data, send us your money, send us everything. And they're also on different frequencies than what, while they are on R915 like helium was, they're also on 2.4, which there are IoT 2.4 devices out there. Some people say it's just repurposed helium. Some people say, you know, Blue Star. I know a lot of people who want to be involved in chirp. I want another chirp. They're not from what I PM'd them, and I distinctly asked them, when with the chirp you have to buy an NFT for like $800, and then when they're ready to move the miners, ship them, whatever, order them, then you cash in your NFT for the actual chirp device. They're not, from what they told me, I have it in PM, their plans, initial plans, which are subject to change, they're not going to start selling those things until it gets a lot closer for the next batch of them. They're not going to sell them until they get closer to mainnet. Now, a couple of weeks ago, they said mainnet was right around the corner. You know, witness, you are correct. Ponzi's are fine. Ponzi's are fine as long as you the top person early, where all that other trickling money is coming to you. But some people call projects Ponzi's. They're not a Ponzi. This is a straight scam. You know, DeFly selling NFTs right now for $650, $750, whatever it was, promising people that if you buy this NFT for $700, we promise you every 30 days we're depositing $1,000 to you, when people know they have yet to ship a single thing in over a year, and they have yet to come through on any promise ever. This coin was going to get on exchange. This coin's going to have all this money available, liquidity available, and this coin's going to be doing this and everything. And they've 3 times promised to ship stuff out. Nobody's got nothing out. That's not Ponzi. That's straight up scam. Oh, DeFly was coming, but I was trying to stay away from it. But if y'all haven't heard, DeFly has now pivoted again, and now they're an NFT market. That website got released. Somebody sent it to me this morning. I'm not even going to even release it to y'all, but it's a CFI market or something like that. Now they're too good for DPIN. But people are buying their NFTs, and I'm like, at first I kept hitting on DeFly because I'm trying to warn people. I'm trying to warn people. You know, that's how this channel got started, and I know people follow me to DeFly. I feel horrible about it, but nobody knew at the time. As soon as I figured it out, I told everybody. I still get attacked. I still get phone calls from somebody or text from somebody trying to rub stuff in my face. And I'm trying to warn people. But at this point, at some certain point, everything in crypto has always been do your own research. There's no way you're doing research and getting into DeFly or buying an NFT. Right now in the Discord, nobody's getting rewards. Nobody's getting the stuff that they were promised. But everybody is so scared to ask, where are the rewards? Why are they delayed? Because they know if you ask one time, you're getting banned. If you ask on the Twitter, you're getting banned. Why would you get involved in a project like that? Because what happens is it's rinse and rerun, and whatever term you want to use. Because the new people getting in don't know better. And they hear all these great promises. Hey, if there's a legit project and you're telling me that I can do a one-time purchase of a $750 NFT and every month I was getting $1,000 as a reward, I'll jump all over it. Who wouldn't? But Jason, I try not to be, and look, you know, even back when early in the year I was doing my meme of the year, meme of the month and all the stuff like that, I felt bad because I'd never want to be like what people talk about BitBoy and some of these other ones. Hey, let's talk about this token. This token's going to be so great. When he secretly already got 1 million of these tokens and he's going to pump it up on his channel. And you know what happens? As soon as he pumps it up, he's behind the scenes selling. I never wanted to be like that. And I think I talk about BitHarvest Studios token. I own a lot of BitHarvest Studio token. But y'all have also noticed that when I discuss the BitHarvest Studio token and in my videos, there's a big red rolling screen that comes across that says, I own this token. Caution, I own this token. Disclaimer, I own this token. I try to be as straight because at some point, I'm going to sell BitHarvest Studio token, especially if it ever gets back to, you know, it crashed because somebody's wallet got hacked or something like that that had nothing to do with the project. And it went from a penny down to 0.000 something, and I scooped all kinds of it up. And guess what? If it gets to a penny, Grumpy's selling BITHARVEST Studio token. I'm letting all y'all know now. So I don't want nobody to ever compare me to BitBoy saying he pushed BITHARVEST Studio token and yet he sold on us. You damn right I sold. Because I've told every one of y'all, you're not going to hear diamond hands come out of my mouth. That was the last bull market. I watched my Exodus wallet that I was super proud of, and I used to show it off to some people. I made this in crypto, and it dropped 90% in the bear market. I will not go through that pain again. I'm telling y'all right now, this channel will take profits. If you don't agree with that, I'm sorry, but when Wingbits comes and it does like this in the beginning, every project does this and it starts going down a little bit. I'm sipping profits. I'm telling y'all that right now, so there's no confusion. Another one that I don't talk about enough is Sword Chain or T-Modus, whatever they want to call it this week. I think that's going to be huge, but I think it's going to be another Geodnet, and I could be wrong, and people could get upset with me. But Geodnet did all this when it first got released, and it came down, and I can tell you, I'm going to learn from that. Now, am I selling all of it? No. But I'm telling you, I think Geodnet's going to be huge. Not Geodnet, I'm sorry, Sword Chain. I think Sword Chain's going to be huge, and I'm taking profits. I'm not gonna do that. NATIX had like a 100% hodl thing, and in August I got this huge gigantic airdrop because I was a 100% hodler and I didn't sell it. Well, now they don't do that no more. That's what I got so upset about. Guess what? Grumpy might be moving some NATIX at some point. I got all this fly right now in 5 or 6 different wallets. The only reason I haven't sold that is because there's no liquidity, even though he keeps promising it. I'm gonna tell you, he can attack me all he wants, and he says he don't attack me and he don't make comments about me in the Discord, but yet people send me the screenshots. And like it's evil that I'm taking fly, because he believes if you're not in DFly no more, you should not be able to get your tokens or do anything with your tokens. You could have been in this project for over a year. If they get real liquidity in fly, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm taking profits. Now, what I'll probably do with something like that is I'll move that into another coin, just buy some, because it's already in the Solana chain. I'll probably just exchange it for Solana or something like that. But does anyone have a OORT device? Well, you're gonna have me. I need a new sticky sheet for all these projects and origami hand, Geodnet splitter robot shop. I love it. Telling y'all, Sword Chain, I'm stumbling here. I like the project. Yes. If somebody wants to make a comment right now and say it is a pain in the rear end to get that thing connected every time, or not that it's a pain to get it done, just the fact that every time I go get in the car, I have to make sure it's connected. Yes, that's a pain in the butt. Yes, they got Bluetooth being finalized, or Bluetooth supposed to have started, or they're testing Bluetooth and stuff like that. I understand. What's really pain in the butt is when I jump in the car and I'm in the middle of a phone call, so I don't have time to tell my phone call to hold, so I can go on there and make sure it's connected. And then I get halfway home after a 15, 20-minute drive and realize the damn thing ain't connected. That's what irritates me. That's one thing I will give Demo. The fact that I can go stick a Demo device in my son's vehicle and my wife's vehicle, and they don't have to touch it ever. It works off all these helium devices I have around my town and at my house. That's the one good thing. And I think y'all can tell me what y'all think, but I think Sword Chain is going to be big. I'm hoping they are kind of like Chirp, Wingbits to a point. Some of these other ones have learned what, hey, Helium had a great network. How they went around and how they treated their miners, and they basically dumped their miners, dumped them to go to 5G and all this other stuff. Hopefully they learn from that. Chirp learns from that. and hopefully even Sword Chain kind of learns what Demo did wrong, if Demo technically said he did anything wrong. But I think last I figured out, it takes over 300 days to ROI on one Demo device. You know, I don't know. In the glove box. Cut, rug, flip, Android phone. But that Android phone still has to have service on it, correct? Because I think that's the biggest thing, is if I could just, I have in my vehicles, I have MiFi's or I have a Wi-Fi hotspot. If I could just connect the darn thing, into that Wi-Fi hotspot, life would be easy. Cheap mobile plan for $7. Yep, that is, as long as it never gets disconnected. You know, I know somebody who does it. I know somebody who takes a, actually I got one right here because I was using it during the storm. This is my little cell phone when I'm on emergency at work or something like that. I need a cell phone charger. This is my little cell phone charger. Battery thing. So what they do is, in the evening when they're done, they take this, plug it into their phone that's also connected to their Sword Chain modus, and then they're technically mining all night. Hey, that's not what the project was designed for, but hey, that's a flaw, and I guess, you know, if they're going to game it, I'd rather game like that than game like Helium and all them are doing. That was just crazy. So now we're going on 6:30. And if nobody has anything else, my wife's calling my phone, probably checking on me or whatever. But this was a good live, man. I'm glad we had some interaction. 2 gigs a month. Sword Chain doesn't use that much, maybe a few hundred megabytes. Yeah, because from what I understand, whatever it detects, it's not really sending pictures or anything like that. It just detects, turns that into some kind of data point or something like that, and those data points is what's going across the network. So Jonathan farms from his house, inside his house. So are you farming Sword Chain from inside your house? I'm gonna wait for that answer. Oh yeah, they got 16 people now. See, I told you that I'm doing this too early. So, because Jonathan, the reason I'm asking that question is, in August, I believe it was August, early September, Sword Chain came out with an update that killed the connectivity on it. Like when you literally close that door of your car, you lost connection. Now, they came out with another update that fixed it, but I still find, I'm telling you, my bedroom is on the opposite side of my house. And if anybody's ever seen any videos, every now and then I accidentally show a glimpse of my house, but we have guns in my house, so I don't care if somebody knocks on my door. But previous to the update, not that I was purposely doing it, but I'd take my phone and go put it on my nightstand to go to bed, because I have to have my phone with me because it's a work phone. You know, people call me for emergencies at night if their radio system ain't working or something. But anyway, and it would still be connected to Sword Chain. But ever since those updates, it don't work like that no more. It will work when I get a couple of feet from the truck, maybe when I first get inside the house, but I still find the range is not what it used to. I don't know if they turned down the power or anything like that. But so you're running grass. That's one thing I have not done, is run grass on a phone. But y'all gonna get me now stuck here for another half hour till 7 p.m. when I start talking about grass. Y'all know I'm in the IT where I work at, and it's been beating my head with a hammer about IT security, safety, network security, and all this stuff like that. And grass, and not just grass, I don't want to say it's just grass, these data mining type projects, Honeygain and some of these other ones, spits in the face of everything that I've been ever told or stuck in my head about internet safety. And that's why Yes, I run grass. Yes, a honey gain. I run those on my BITHARVEST devices because I'm not paying bills with my BITHARVEST device. But I'm not running that on my phone, and I'm not running that on a computer that I gotta go pay bills in a little while or something like that on. But grass is legit. 4B valuation. Hey, that's why I haven't really 100% given up on it, because there are a lot of people involved in grass. A lot. And if grass turns out not to be legit, there's gonna be a lot more people, a lot more powerful people, you know, than me that they have to worry about. You know, just after DeFly, I'm just very, very skeptical in some of these projects when I come on here and start telling people how great they are and what my faith is in them and stuff like that. I'm very skittish about certain things. At one time, I don't know if it's still like that, grass was not fully doxed. You knew kind of a name of some people here and there, but you didn't really know their full name or who they really were. There was no tokenomics at all. Don't be a grasshole. That's about one of the few things I haven't been called yet. Grass is legit. Is it? We'll see. We'll see. What's legit about it? Like I said, until recently, there was no tokenomics. It's been out for a year or whatever. There's no tokenomics. It's not doxed. And listen, this isn't just me saying this. You can find other YouTubers with channels much bigger than mine who have said this same thing. So y'all don't get upset with me. Again, I still talk about it on Mondays, and I'm telling y'all, I still mine it on my BITHARVEST devices. My BITHARVEST devices are at different locations, different external IP networks, so I can run it on different ones. I'm still making grass, but I'm not gonna sit there and talk about it's 100% legit, because I don't know if there's even full tokenomics. When I last looked at it last Monday, you couldn't find full tokenomics yet on it. They finally came out and said, this is what our total supply is going to be. But it's not broken down unless it's somewhere that I'm not finding. And again, this isn't just me. I even shared in one of my Monday videos or one of my videos a while back, links to some other YouTubers who are questioning the same thing. But I'll still talk about it. I'll still bring attention to it. And I still tell people, mine it, just don't do it on anything sensitive. Don't put it on the same Chrome extension, Chrome browser that you're using to pay and log it into your credit card account. And again, I'm not saying about grass. I'm also saying that about any of these data mining projects. Thank you, Jason. You make me feel a little bit better. You make me feel a little bit better for being paranoid. I appreciate that. But hey, I've upgraded mine to the new nodes. I've even told people on my Monday videos, hey, Grass has come out with these new nodes to give better rewards. So if you are running it on a computer that's separate from the computer that, you know, old laptop, something separate than what you're running, you know, your bills on and stuff like that, upgrade to the new node. I mean, I'll spread that word. That's what I'm saying. Grass desktop. Jonathan, we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. I've been hearing that from Fry for a while now. They've been talking about they're verified for a while now. I know they had to change some, I don't know if they call them hips or whatever they call their, you know, their changes. Man, we ran out of tinfoil a long time ago. We ran out of tinfoil. Look, I argue with my friends all the time about some of these, you know, they think everything that happens in the world, every bad thing that happens is a conspiracy theory. And I argue sometimes bad things happen. Witness, I try to look at what's directly in front of me. And until 2-3 weeks ago, when they finally released that they had these tokens and this is what the total amount was going to be, there was zero about tokenomics. That's not me being paranoid. Rye only grows when you watch him make absurd buys. I ain't buying nothing, so man, go buy more Fry licenses. You know, at one time Fry was over 1 cent because they decreased the bonus or something like that because it's 1 cent, and now it's got more zeros in front of it than my checkbook. but it is. I mean, part of it's being safe. Hey, and if we're wrong and y'all buy Lambos with fry and grass, hey, enjoy your Lambo. You're not hurting my feelings. I mean, it is what it is. But just to be a responsible YouTuber, which some people didn't sign up for, other YouTubers, they just, I just feel like I have to put that out, is that I run grass, I run honey gain and these other data mining, whatever you want to call them, programs on my BITHARVEST devices or on an old laptop or something like that on a separate network that's not attached to mine. So, hey, I'm still in the project. Still in the project. You don't have to get upset. I'm not buying a fry license for $100. I was even told of a way I could possibly even get a free one, and I didn't even get involved in it. But that doesn't mean y'all can't go. There's way too many crypto projects out there that everybody can't be involved in them. It is what it is. Fry, people are making rewards from Fry. You can cash those Fry in for money back, whatever you want to say. You know, you can exchange it. So it's legit. I don't know what we're getting upset about. It is what it is. Now, is it a good ROI if you got to go buy licenses and all that stuff? I don't know about all that. But that's for you to determine. Some people ain't worried about an ROI. I'm not grumpy enough. Oh, there'll be a lot of people that argue with you about that. I'm not grumpy enough. Let's get back on that DeFi subject, and we'll see how grumpy I can get. You can't cash those Fry in to get your investment back. So wait a minute. Wait. You tell me Fry has been out this long and there's no way of exchanging Fry for anything else? You're still stuck with Fry right now? Is that what y'all telling me? I'm gonna wait for y'all to answer before I close this out. A star plug, is that that porn device? I didn't want to even share that one, but I got several images of stuff that is being shown at Token 2049. One of them was the Wingbits device handout, but also was the number of porn devices. Hopefully there's no kids watching this, but there was several porn devices. Some of y'all know about those already because I didn't realize they were even a thing, but some people I was chatting with earlier did know. But I'm trying not to make no crude and rude jokes, but hey, I mean, you know, you want to make passive income while you're doing that thing. Apparently they got toys out right now that you can make passive income crypto or something like that. I don't know what it is while you're doing that, but you know, I don't know. Corey, I appreciate it, man, but I'm DDR5 in it, but I appreciate it. That is what's taking this computer such a long time. And I joke that if my wife had any idea of what I was spending on this computer build, you know, she thinks I'm getting everything from Dollar General store, and I'm just gonna let her continue to believe that. But yeah, that is what's taking this long. Right now, I'm stuck on what computer case I want. I'm looking at either Lee. I think it's the 011 RGB. I think it's called, because you know RGB means more frames per second. But my RAM I already got DDR5, 6400, 64 gigs of it for right now. I got a Wi-Fi 7 motherboard, the Intel i9 13900 processor, which before anybody says it, I know it's got some kind of power issues right now. A 2 terabyte SSD drive, 6 terabyte external hard drive. Oh, I got a 4070 Ti picked out, but I'm holding off on that. I got my power supply already. I need more RGB fans because, you know, I need more frames per second. I have a fractal case. The computer I built myself, it's going on 3 years now. It's got a 10900K processor in it. Right underneath me that I'm using for this is a fractal case. I like them Lees though, that aquarium looking look for a home studio that I can show off, the AIO and stuff. I like those Lee and Lee cases for that, but I do have a fractal case. I love building in it. It's huge underneath my desk right now, and I love it. Create a porn token or NFT. Dude, they got those out there. Solana's got 2,000 new NFT meme coins a day. You know, how's Dollar General going bankrupt? They got that meme going around right now showing a guy in his hunting blonde, and then all of a sudden he needed something, and the Dollar General pops up right next to the blonde in the middle of the woods because they got so many. I'm telling you right now, where I work at, if I walked out my office right now, I would say 3 miles up the road we're on the state highway right here. 3 miles up the road, maybe 3. It might be 2. That way is a Dollar General. Less than 1 mile to the opposite direction is a Dollar General, and 3 to 4 miles past that is another Dollar General. We also have a dollar something, Family Dollar, next door to me. And then there's some kind of dollar store or something like that it's called across the street, including the gigantic Super Walmart. But anyway. You got 100 star plugs to resell. I'm scared. Star plugs just sound like that thing I was just talking about. I'm going to have to look and see what I'm writing this down. I'm going to have to call in sick for vacation work tomorrow to go look up all the stuff y'all fools got me looking into. So, tell you, Fractal's a nice case. Fractal is a nice case. When I was originally putting this list together at the end of last year, I was looking at a Fractal computer case. But then I started looking more into them, and I started seeing these Lee and Lees and that big aquarium look. And look, I know me. I make every project way too big instead of the KISS method, keeping it simple, stupid. And once I get over the whole aquarium look, I'm be like, I can't believe I did this. But my case right here is a Fractal. I love it. So, smart plug thing. I would get up and go show you all the new ones that I just found online. I have not had a chance to mess with them, but Amazon was selling, they have these smart plugs that are only about this big. And I've always said I didn't put smart plugs into my Wi-Fi, into all my Wingbits stations and BITHARVEST stations, because the ones I previously used at work were like this big, and they were a pain in the rear end to set up. These seem to be a lot easier, and I am looking at that. Another thing I've been playing with is these little access points. If you ever need an access point, just put it, or it can also be used as a receiver when you need internet. If you got to set up a Wingbit station somewhere where they don't have Wi-Fi or vice versa, you can set up either way. It's something else I'm looking at. Whoo, Aquasync. Jason's the problem. Go look up the Lee and Lee RGB. I forget what code it is. You know, the Lee and Lee OL11D Evo RGB, which that one's already the size of this computer I got now, which is big. But then there's so many different versions. It's not the vision. Dynamic Evo XL or the Dynamic or the Evo RGB. I really want the XL. I'll be honest with you, but the XL is nearly $300, $250, $260 for a computer case, and it is so freaking big. I've watched them where you put water cooling in them, you put a huge 4090 video card in them, and they still look empty inside. That's how big it is. When I find some DDR5 at $1, see, my wife don't know better. That's the best part. So I don't have to worry about that, you know. But I really I need to get this computer build fixed. By the time I get it fixed, there'll be DDR6 RAM and the new Intel series and everything else. One thing I am trying to hold out for is I I have the money right here now ready for all the other stuff I need other than the graphics card. I had a 4070 picked out, but to me, I'm doing a top of the line build with everything else, but I just can't pull that trigger on that 4090. I think that price is stupid. And then I'm hearing that another 2 months, then you should have the 5000 series GPUs coming out, which who knows what those are going to cost. So I'm hoping it, but that would also drop that 4090 price a little bit. And that's really waiting on. So I have an anonymous donor from one of these projects. I don't want to say who, because he don't want to be named, who's willing to give me a 3090 that he just pulled out of a GPU mining rig. So it's got some wear and tear on it because it's been GPU mining, but he just upgraded the 40 somethings and he's willing to give me a 3090. How do you turn it down? So I'm going to use that in that until I decide to either get the 4090 or the 5000 series if my Wingbits stations start really, really paying off. So yes, I have a CPU already. And that's what I was saying is I know I have the 13900 because when the 13900 came out and the 14900, they basically said almost everything benchmarked was neck and neck, and it was not worth the price of the 14900 when it looks at how much more power it is. When I bought that 2 or 3 months ago, none of this power stuff was going on. And then now I'm watching all these videos as I'm looking for computer cases and AIOs and stuff. I'm seeing people talk about all these power issues, like the vulnerability bug and all these different things like that going on that's causing these crashes and stuff like that. So maybe it's good that I waited. I don't know. Guys, this was fun. I ain't gonna lie to you, this was fun, but we're going on almost 2 hours now. And at some point I gotta go home and see what's going on. So look, I appreciate all of y'all who chatted back and forth. This was by far the best live I have ever had, even though there's only 11 people in here right now, but it's also started 102 minutes ago. But the most interactive, and look, if it stays like this, I'll keep doing them every Thursday, maybe tweak the time a little bit. If y'all think starting at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock p.m. my time, you know, it's 6:46 p.m. right now. If y'all think that that's better, hey, I'll do better. 6:19, but my wife, dude, I've been married 20 years. My wife has no problem me staying on for another 2 hours. As long as I don't go home and bother her, she's probably reading a book or she's a principal at a school, and she's probably doing all kinds of, assistant principal, doing all kinds of paperwork and stuff. And I'm surprised my kids ain't calling, want to know what I'm bringing home for dinner, because, you know, even though you have a closet full of food, kids are, you can't have that. So I appreciate it. Thank y'all again. And Blue Star, I hear you. I just need to get it online. I'm having issues with it, but I'll get it figured out. Steve Vasolino's been helping me out with it, but for some reason I'm having the issue with the install. And I was planning on trying to mess with it when I was done with this, but it's getting too late, so I will be picking it up in the morning. That's for sure. Yeah, miners watch miners, and they eat first also. I'll tell you, Entropy, if y'all haven't looked at Entropy, y'all at least go join the Discord and get into the Twitter. It's a cool, fun place. You know, I always say Wingbits is very strict, and I like that because they don't allow a lot of that nonsense go on. Entropy is like this clean, dirty thing, or the dirty, clean thing, whatever you want to call it. It is a fun, goofy place to hang out, but it's still got you can keep it in the rails type of thing. But, you know, I like so everything I've learned about Entropy so far, I like it. I just got to get this miner working. But that's tomorrow's project, Friday. So, all right, I'm done. I got to go. So 105 minutes. I appreciate everybody who came along. This was fun, and we'll do it again. We'll do it again next Thursday. Again, maybe tweak the time a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.